Hello everyone, and welcome to the video. I'm Casey Chains, and today I'm going to show you the best team to use in Persona 5 Royal. Now, we all have our favorite members of elusive Phantom Thieves, but which ones are going to benefit you the most along your journey to steal people's hearts? To find that answer, I'm breaking down each character and will give you my opinion on which team is the best to use afterwards. For the sake of the video, I will not be including the new character to avoid potential spoilers or Futaba, as she is always in your party once she's been unlocked, so she doesn't even really count in this video. Now let's begin with Morgana, better known by his codename Mona. He is the adorable and also quite useful mascot of the Phantom Thieves. I mean, he's a talking cat, what's not to love?
Don't call me a cat! I am Morgana!
His persona is none other than the cult classic Zoro. With his sword in hand, Zoro delivers wind-based attacks with his trusty rapier sword and knocks enemies to the ground with ease. Morgana is of the confident known as the Magician. That means he specializes in magic within the game and deals incredible amounts of damage to his foes. He is also, if ranked correctly, can be your go-to healer for the early to mid-course of the game. His action and determination gives power to the idea to control one's own ability to their fullest extent. His melee specializations include swords that can be devastating on their own. Also, his ranged weapons is focused on slingshots. Given his size compared to the rest of the Phantom Thieves, I feel that ranged weapon suits him very well. He's a keeper for sure. Let's move on to Ryuji Sakamoto.
For real?
Nicknamed Skull by his fellow partners, Ryuji is a force to be reckoned with once he obtains his persona Captain Kid. Ryuji is of a chariot confident. That means he is the embodiment of power itself. He is confident and has a strong desire to become better at everything he does. He wields numerous melee weapons that range from bats to hammers and even sometimes just a good old-fashioned metal pipe. Also, shotguns are his go-to for ranged weapons. It'll be hard not to include him in your team for the long haul. His persona Captain Kid is one of the best personas I've ever seen starting out. Captain Kid is a wrecking ball for enemies that are weak to lightning-based attacks. You'll be stomping them into the dirt once you're able to chain together attacks with him. Now we are going to look at Takamaki. She gave herself the nickname Panther and is fierce in battle. Is of a lover's confident. This confident represents someone who must choose between two paths at a crossroad, metaphorically of course. Once leveled up enough in the game, gains the ability to negotiate with enemies better, which makes them easier to obtain as personas, gives you better items, or even gives you more money. Who wouldn't want that out of negotiations? Let's be honest here. Her persona Carmen is a fire star. She'll set your enemies ablaze with her wicked spells. Seeing as she specializes in whips for her choice of melee weapons, you now know why I called her fierce before. We can't ignore the fact that she uses freaking submachine guns for her ranged attacks either. Those sometimes do more damage than her melee attacks due to the insane amount of ammo they carry. The fire damage that and Carmen can dish out later in the story though is bizarre and quite frankly a little ridiculous at times. Now let's shift gears and talk about Yusuke Kitagawa. Unlike the other Phantom Thieves we've discussed so far, Fox shines in a different kind of light. Yusuke is part of an Emperor confidant, which shows masculinity and someone who is trying to control their surroundings, though sometimes to no avail. What's great about upgrading Yusuke's confident rank early on is the fact that once enough time is spent with him, you'll be able to ask him to do you a huge favor. That favor is having him grant you the ability to duplicate skill cards for your personas. This is a major plus early on in the game and can help you maximize your own persona skills much faster. Also, he levels up in the strength department once you unlock this skill as well. With his persona Goemon, Fox specializes in the heavy damage department. Also, he uses freaking katanas as his melee weapons and packs a mean assault rifle for his ranged combat. If that doesn't show you the strength that he is capable of, then well, I don't really know what can. Next, let's move on to Makoto Niijima. Yes, the girl that literally stalks you shortly after you meet her in the game.
What do you think of that? That's interesting.
She's been nicknamed Queen by her Phantom Thief cohorts. For what reason is simply beyond me. Regardless, she packs a mean punch with her persona Johanna. Johanna specializes in nuclear-based attacks and is by no means a disadvantage during battles. Makoto delivers some of the most devastating blows within the entire game once she is fully upgraded. She uses just her fists for melee combat and revolvers for ranged attacks. She's by no means a weak link when it comes to the team performance during fights. She also belongs to the Priestess Confident, so kudos to that stalker girl. Good job. Last but not least, we move on to none other than Haru Okumura. Mona has taken the liberty of nicknaming her Beauty Thief. Yeah, I still don't get it, even after 200 hours of the original game. I don't know, blame Morgana.
My name is Beauty Thief.
She is part of an Empress Confidant which presents comfort, care, and protection. Her persona, appropriately named Milady, is a size specialist in the game. You can't let her soft nature fool you though, as she has some of the most powerful early on attacks in the game. For having such a small figure, I was surprised to see that she could easily use axes for her melee weapons, and even use freaking grenade launchers for her ranged weapons. With the side skills, Haru can inflict a high level of confusion on enemies pretty regularly in battle, so it's best not to overlook her abilities at all. Now that we have thoroughly looked at all the teammates you'll acquire throughout your journey of stealing hearts, the burning question is which ones will make up the best team for you to use in Persona 5 Royal. This was by no means easy for me to pick, so please give this video a like for my sanity's sake. Firstly, since Akira, which is the main character you play as in Persona 5 Royal, obviously he will take the first spot on the roster since he can't be removed from the team at all. That leaves us with only 3 more slots to fill. So the first one I would highly suggest is to add Morgana. His healing abilities will be your greatest asset in the mid to late game stages. You're going to want that, honestly. Without much spoilers, you're going to want a lot of healing in the mid to late game. The second spot I would suggest filling would be to use Ryuji. I personally found his mid to late game attacks saved my hide more than once, and that was with leveling him up much later than I had personally intended to. The third and last spot, I would highly recommend you picking On for this slot. Her high damage is on the same par as Makoto in the mid to high areas of the game, and frankly her negotiation abilities truly give you the upper hand when you need it the most. I mean, obviously you could mix and match any of these characters around to best suit your playstyle, but this is just what I recommend personally based off of my 200 hours of playing the original Persona 5, and now with 100 hours into Persona 5 Royal, I just think this would be the best team for you guys to start out with. Well, there is the best team suggestion I have for you guys to use in Persona 5 Royal. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found this video helpful to you in any way, please smash that like button and consider subscribing to my channel and clicking on that notification bell. It really does help me out a lot and helps me know that you guys actually enjoyed my video. Let me know down in the comment section below who your favorite Phantom Thief is in Persona 5 Royal. I'm Casey Chains, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.